Anatole, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what I assume to be Japanese. I don't know that. Hope all is well, though. Chilling out before the stream. I'm always here. I just, like, never find a good reason to start talking. Hope all is well, though. I remember I was younger and I did, like, Japanese Duolingo, and then I, like, tried to learn, hiragana and some kanji. And I recognize some of the symbols, but I also acknowledge that many of those are shared with Chinese. So, many a time I am wrong. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go for katakana. Yeah, happy days, right? Currently, we'll kick the stream off now. We got 10 minutes. Actually, no, my OCD will kill me. Also, I found this cool video. I'm just going to talk about this real quick. On YouTube, it's about creating a dumb phone, or like, I've seen dumb phones in the past, where it's like you just get a phone that can only text, only like do the bare necessities, and I'm kind of down for that. Sorry, I had to check my thermostat. But like, I've never liked one buying a whole new phone and then losing functionality of import. Like, sometimes you do need to see YouTube, you do need to like FaceTime people or stuff like that. And so I found a cool video about like dumbifying your phone for cheap, no subscription service, which I really appreciate because I hate subscription services. That's called How I Reduce My Screen Time by 80% Guide. I don't really care about decreasing my screen time. I'm just a minimalist. But it probably would be good. Just, I don't lose a lot of time per day to screen time. Yeah, so I'm a workaholic. What can I say? But yep, hello everybody. It is currently 7:30 p.m. CST. Guys, it's Friday. Come on. It's Friday. I was kind of thinking of doing something like a 50% today, and I'm kind of considering it. I want to draw General Grievous, but yeah, not today. Because I want to draw the heads more. Specifically, we have a goal today. Hello in Japanese. Okay, cool. I guessed it correctly. Huge. But yeah, so hello Anatole. And then we have, there's a dabbing emote. Is that dabbing? Is that like actually real? That's crazy. YouTube has some interesting emote. Yep. Oh no, it's elbow cough, but it looks like dabbing. Interesting. I feel like such an old guy dabbing. Anyways, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing some more head stuff today. Specifically, we're gonna be doing both normal head constructions and regular head constructions. So we're gonna do it with the box a couple times, and then we're gonna do just without the box, kind of like planar. But I don't want to leave it up to imagination. I saw a video today. It was actually a YouTube short talking about removing screen time, right? I follow her. I don't follow her on my Kavel account though, but she's really popular on YouTube Shorts. She has like a pixel art VTuber model during her things. She gives a lot of good art advice, but she was talking about how she studies anatomy and like 3 steps. She broke it down to 3 steps. Everyone has like a 3-step process, right? I spent my mid-20s phoneless. It was great. Probably great choice, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do need to be connected to people, especially in school. Like Canvas is on my phone. I cannot operate with that half the time, right? I need to see my grades, urgent assignments, I need to talk to my team, whatever it may be, right? But yeah, getting away from media addiction, wonderful. I can only see that as a good thing. But yeah, so this YouTuber, I'll try to find her name real quick because I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to her. Maybe I could find it in my shorts history. Let's see real quick. Once again, scrolling. Come on. Because I want to shout her out. I mean, even though, like, she's a giant YouTuber. Still. Don't think we're going to find it, though. I didn't watch these. This isn't my history. What are you doing? Oh, here she is. Pcat. I think it's just Pcat. I can show this, right? Yeah. I'm gonna hide my profile, but yeah, down here, Pcat. Oh, don't have like face reveal. There we go. Greasy phone. I apologize. Pcat. Yep. Awesome. And basically the 3 steps she mainly talked about, and it's kind of like obvious, just I needed to hear it. is the 3 steps include first copying / referencing heavily of the source material. So her example was copying down the muscles of the bone, the ligaments, all that important stuff. Cool. I'm not totally there with my more organic form knowledge, but besides the point, that's what I've been doing so far. So I've been, in a way, copying from the book. And then you start extrapolating it to referencing. So you start referencing these things in the real world. So you look at other heads and then you start copying those down. And then finally you do it from imagination. And that's the end goal, or at least my end goal of art. She went to say that not many people need that. They just want to operate off of references, which is a completely valid form of drawing. Just personally, I'm trying to be like Kim Jong-ji, right? So yeah, we're going to be stepping into that realm today. Then again, I do need to, before we start copying down heads, actually it's going to be a combination of both, because we do need to learn about the mask muscles and a bit more about the neck. But at the same time, while we study the lower part, like the jaw and the back of the head, I guess we should have references to base it off of instead of drawing it randomly in space. Because at the end of the day, we do need to see how it actually looks like, right? So yeah, let's do that. Also, I'm not even sure if I ever showed this on stream. A while ago, I did for the Loomis. No, this wasn't Loomis. This was Ruben Lara's. I did like print out a bunch of heads and trace over and do notes. And that's actually what I would do here if I could do it again. I just don't want to print all that out. It's a waste of ink. But who cares for now? Let's do our warm-up, even though I already did a warm-up today, but double warm-up, come on. Yeah, let's do a box in the middle. Big box. Boneless will show you quick how dumb being always connected makes you. That was a tough one, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am pretty dumb. You forget everything when you have the internet at your fingertips. That's quite true. Maybe it's an experiment I should try out. I don't know until I do, right? So it'd be a fun one. Because there was a rabbit hole I went to earlier in my life, by like only 2 years ago or something, when I was really obsessed with like personal development and stuff, and it got toxic very fast. And I was eventually cutting things out of my life that I actually loved. Or just like doing too much, right? Whether that be too harsh self-critique or just going too far with like certain health things. And so I do have that kind of like bad taste in my mouth whenever I think about like going clean on phone usage or stuff. But at the same time, because I don't see as my phone usage unhealthy yet, right? But then again, I don't know, because I've never like severely cut it off. I only use YouTube. That's like my only form of media. But that doesn't mean it's okay, right? Like that doesn't mean I don't have social media per se, other than YouTube. And I frankly don't care to. And I have a bit of a weird stance, but whenever I see YouTube drama or stuff, I talked about this a couple streams ago, and with Delano extensively, and Robosky, I just hate seeing it. I don't care to see all the like negative stuff in the world. Like I want to be like politics that affect me in my life, and you know, people that surround me. Yes, I'll be obviously updated on that. But I don't need this constant, unstoppable stream of unfiltered negative news. Because then you're just like drinking from a fire hose 24/7. It's a very good way to not be happy. So is it living in ignorance in some parts? Yeah. Willful ignorance. Also, guys, here, actually, let's, we'll do it after the thing. Made some good, progress on my website today. Very baby steps, but getting used to React and all that. I finally figured out how to do shaders properly in React 3 Fiber, R3F. I'm gonna just start calling it R3F now because most people probably wouldn't care. But yeah, I finally figured out how to do shaders correctly. Not only that, the shader engine or whatever shader stuff they're using for... Yikes, look how good my ellipses were here. And then when I start talking, I'm like, oh, geez. We'll stop talking for a second, how about that? Yeah, I like the outline pass for React 3 Fiber is better than normal 3.js when it comes to controlling the width, height, and other factors. I guess, like I experimented a ton in normal 3.js and it didn't look as good as when I just did it in React 3 Fiber. So now I have like a really good looking outline for spheres. I'm not sure if it's costly though, so I have to stress test that a bit. My only fear is I'm not sure how well I'll be able to implement BVH into it, so I may have to use a React 3 Fiber ready framework called CSG, or CSG specifically. But I'm pretty confident if I learn how to do hooks correctly, I can get the other one working. There's always someone being taken out on YouTube, yeah. If you mean that in terms of the previous conversation of oh, bitrate issue. Is like drama, then yeah. I hate it so much. It's like watching fight compilations. I used to do that when I was an edgy teen. And after a while I was like, ew, this just makes me feel awful. Like my friends were like, let's watch this. I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, oh, ooh. Why does my music player keep breaking, man? Oh wait, my music player's gone. I just realized. Oh, my apologies, everybody. This must have been a really... loop, shuffle, audio track 1. I'm watching this. Interesting. Interesting. Also, guys, it's been almost 2 weeks. My jellyfish sting scars are not gone. What in the world? I was talking to my parents the other day. I was like, what, like, prompted the evolution of jellyfish to be so hateful? Not even hateful, just spiteful. Look at that, jeez. Yeah, chat is taking a year to go through. Yeah, I noticed. I'm not sure if that's a me or a you or a both. Stream's bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. Maybe it's, no, we don't have any dropped frames. Huh. I really should start fixing my bitrate stuff. Yeah, because we're set to low latency, which adds about 9 to 10 seconds. But yeah, it's been like a couple minutes for one. But that's probably good for me. Because I always start yapping. Thanks. Ugh. Actually, I've decided I'm not going to show the website yet because we're going to leave it as a surprise. I'm going to show it probably when I have like... Actually, wow, we're actually getting pretty dang close to functionality, like almost full functionality, because all I have to do now is make my spawn menu work and then make the intersection. Technically, the hardest part next will be making the intersections work and then finding an efficient way for the menu that I have set up to send values to, because I guess it's going to be context. Yeah, it's going to have to be context. So that means the menu is going to have to contextualize everything inside the free.js scene. Which is going to be interesting because the 3JS scene has like it needs to establish those objects first. That means like this scene is going to be codependent on yeah. It makes you feel any better. I got stung again today. Oh my gosh. What is inspiring you to be stung so often? Goodness. I hope all is well. Some cortisone cream, whatever else you use to treat those. Did my mic pick that up? That's me opening up a LaCroix. I need to start counting how many LaCroix I drink a day. If there's like an issue that someone has, or like that I have, like it's not screen time, it is the amount of LaCroix I drink per day. I'm probably like, it's hard to drink sparkling water towards issue, but I'm probably approaching that rapidly. Anyways, cool stuff. So, yeah, today we're going to be taking live, or not live, but, you know, pictures of people, random heads, you know, whatever. And then, you know, oh my gosh. Drawing them. Also, it inspired me too, is the lack of like an easy, notable tool for finding random head poses, not even people, but head poses. So on my website, I'm going to add a random head pose generator. So you'll be able, it'll be a model of a head that you can freely spin around in orbit view. But you can also just click randomize and it'll just do a random FOV position and angle, I guess. I mean, position and angle are kind of the same thing, right? But yeah, so that's going to be added to the website. Easy. It's a very easy thing to implement, especially because I'm doing the hardest thing first and then I can implement everything else afterwards, so I'm not too stressed. Anyways, so yeah, I found this cool website though, speaking of, that I closed. No, I just did another tab. It's called reference.sketchdaily.net. I'm not going to put it in the YouTube chat though, because it's not secure. So it's r/sketchdaily references, so it's probably not bad. But I don't want to be sending you things that, oh my gosh, they're saying stuff in the throat. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Did my mic pick that up? Oh my god, I'm so sorry if it did. That was like the nastiest cough I've had in a minute. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna have a little reference up in the top right corner. So this is gonna be our first one actually. There's a little button up here. You can't see it. Oh, you can't even see. Oh, you can't see my mouse. There's a little button up here that has a randomize feature and oh, information. Cool. So you're quite helpful. Nice. So yeah, website's really cool. It's meant for either speed drawing, so you can set it for a timer for each image, like 30 minutes, or 30 seconds a minute, 30 minutes, whatever. I have it set on no time limit, obviously, because we're going to be doing a deep study of these. But regardless, I think we should still do our wake up, 3/4 view, kind of everything. Cleaning up the wooded area on your property. Ah, geez. Man, it is so weird that we're having a conversation like across time, because it's like taking so long for me to send to you and then you to come back to me. We're chatting on the Mars, like with the Mars rover right now. But yeah, that is not too fun, not too enjoyable. That's a minute, not an hour. I want to draw for a little bit longer than that. Boom. So yeah, we'll show off our website sometime in the future, just not now. Because we're going to let it cook a tiny bit more, right? I have a bad habit of showing unfinished projects and then not finishing the projects. Cool, so timer on. And we're on. So yeah, we're gonna be continuing our head construction. Yeah, because we could increase the number of known variables. We could actually try that today. First, let's just keep it simple. Actually, yeah, maybe we just need a couple days to slow down. We're not in a rush, right? We have all of our lives to learn art, and we will be using all of that time to learn art. So, we should probably get a fresh piece of paper out. Cool. Also, I can't put my streams in the Drawbox Discord because this isn't Drawbox tipped content. Oh no. So yeah, we're not going to be copying this face. I'm actually going to just put it away because I don't like people looking at me, I guess. I don't know. It's just bothering me. Is that weird? Anyways, so yeah, let's just draw our head now. So remember, everybody, that we added the hyoid, not the hyroid. Thank you, Anatole, for correcting me. Hey, Kat, what's up? Glad to see you here, Kat. Hope all is well. Hope you enjoyed your party yesterday. We're still drawing heads. Nothing much else to it. In fact, we're just getting started, so perfect time to join us today. Have you gotten your lesson 2 critique back yet? Let's do this one a bit more to the side profile. So like this. Like that. Oh, let's get our good pin out. Jeez. Not sure how this new camera is going to do with my... I'm worried about my setup because I'm trying to feng shui my room and my apartment. I talked about the Feng Shui Modern book. Oh, wait. This was supposedly one of my good pins. No, we'll keep using it. Why not? Not yet, but it's been added to the list. Awesome. Huge. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we're going to get it soon. Awesome. That's good to hear. Oh, man. Graduating lesson 2. I'm not gonna say like I'm jealous because I have already done it, but like that feeling of being complete with it, that's such a good feeling. And it's an accomplishment in and of itself. Like that is... I know I sound like I'm, you know, oh, you're so awesome, you're so good, but you know, I really encourage people to get past lesson 2. It's tough. Cool. So, 2x1, we need to foreshorten this side a bit, and then lengthwise just a tiny bit over here as well. So I think about right. Here. That is a bit tall. Oh, my line of work has left much to be desired today. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if I had to do revisions. Hey! Don't worry about it. Revisions are fun, because now you can... It's like returning to a level you've already beaten, with some like new tech in mind. Why am I reinforcing these lines? Oh my gosh, guys, bad habits. Now all we need is Dazzling and Delano, and we've got the squad. Quite literally. Oh yeah, speaking of Delano, I played Marvel Rivals last night, and it's quite enjoyable. I like playing Rocket Raccoon. I'm not really good at aiming or video games anymore, but I can play some mean support, and I did like playing... I played Quill, Star-Lord, who else? I played Spider-Man for like a second. I played Iron Man because my friend said like, oh, play him. Super easy, ridiculously easy. Like so easy that I just did not want to play him. That's about it. Very, very fun game. I'm not a fan of 5v5 hero shooters. I need something a bit more movement like TF2 to actually enjoy it. But, it's still quite fun. Can't complain. I'm not reinforcing it. Trying to avoid smudging ink today. Will it happen? Yes, it will, but we can try our best to avoid it, right? I feel like yesterday I rushed myself a bit, so I'm kind of focused today and also just chilling out. I think part of me wants to get back to lesson 5, which is valid. but part of me also just wants to be instantly good at this. So we can't let that want to be instant good part of our brains make us rush on something that will make us good, albeit in some time. Is it weird that like the part that's exciting me the most about going back to college is going to the gym? I'm not a gym rat, right? I'm not like somebody like crazy, let's go to the gym. Like just waking up in the morning and then having like a really nice gym to go to and then grabbing lunch or sorry, breakfast or lunch or whatever. Like having that kind of rhythm in my day really made me feel good. And like waking up in the morning, going to the gym, and then the shower afterwards is immaculate. Oh my god, especially if it's rainy. I know I sound like a psycho right now, but like some of those days were my favorite days. Waking up, going to the gym, getting some food, hammering my classes. I mean, you can only do so well in discrete, but you know, taking good notes, going home, finishing up my homework, and then drawing like that. It's great a habit to get into while you're young. Kind of wish I did it when I was still in university. Yeah. Habits are hard to build the older you get. But then again, that means I need to be worried now about I'm so sorry if that sounded like I just called you old. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Try to work out, but I end up being sore the next day. Good. That means you did a good job. Sometimes. Usually, though. Yeah. If you don't feel sore after you work out, that's still perfectly fine. Your body's just getting used to it, right? Yeah, once again, I'll shout it out. hybridcalisthenics.com. Calisthenics changed my life. Why did I do the backline to this? Whatever. I'm old, pretty sure almost old enough to be your parent. Who knows? That's funny too, because what is it? Rise and Delano always joke about me being old. I grew out my beard when I was very young, when I was like, I think 17 or 18. And I've always just looked old. Because my poor sleeping habits, probably. Pretty sure by the time I do a face reveal, I'm just gonna go bald. I think I've decided that. Or gray hairs. University, probably between 18 and 24. I'm pushing 40. If I had a kid that young, probably be about that age. Yeah, actually, yeah, somewhere near it. My parents are quite a bit older. But yeah, no. Yeah, because like if you graduated, probably be, wow, 18-ish? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Shout out. I remember when I traveled to Portugal alone, and I think I was quite young at the time, albeit that was only like 6 months ago. People were like, I was the youngest in every hostel, which made for some interesting conversations. Especially because people were like, wait, what, you did the whole game, you know? I always talk about it. Wait, you're actually this old? Oh my gosh. Dude, I thought you were... Like, yep, dude, I'm only meh. Okay, so we're actually gonna land about right here. We're landing down here. We're gonna meet up there. So here up. We're actually gonna carve it in here. Oh my gosh, this pen is not making me happy. And right here-ish, we'll have we'll have our third rolls up to this line right here. We have our little bone. Not gonna go too high with it. Me right there. Push that out a bit more. That. We have the forehead, which meets right here, but we're getting chopped off. It's going to be about right here instead. Still having that taper though. Same thing over here. Meet about right here-ish. There. And travel up as well. In that kind of parallelogram. Yeah, it's actually going to land on the outside here between these two lines. Go to there to there. And we're going to have our diamond that we like to create. So what would be this part of the head, now we get projected inwards. So it goes like right here, travels back, about probably right here-ish. And this one goes even further back as well, ending about right here, travels back. Trying to be careful with that because that's a bit higher than I wanted, so go about like that. And travel back. And we have this part of the head and do about right here. This is the line. This needs to travel about right here. I think we're getting used to it. Okay, guys, time to connect the dots. Did we forget anything? Doesn't look like it just yet. I'm working out things so I don't mess them up. Cool. And we're not forgetting the chin because we're going to put the hyoid, not hyoid. Hyoid on the bottom of it, or the mandible, then hyoid. Audible.com. Sorry. I misplaced that dot a bit. That was my intuition right there. And just say, hey, I'd rather put it right there. I feel like I am forgetting something. It is a bit chubby, right? It's a bit squished. Needs to be taller. Then we could do our hyoid. I'm actually going to project this downwards. That one's leaning out, but this one's straight, so it's actually going to converge with this one. So here's well. Here. Here. Oh, progress, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I think I just did the mandible wrong, though. Yeah, because this one seems like it has more of a taper. Could be wrong, though. Cool. Wonderful start today. Look at that, guys. I'm really happy about that one. Take a quick sip of water, everybody, and we're going to get into the next one. Also, has the music been repeating? Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Let me peep the stream real quick. What is going on here? Oh, the music isn't even going. It's just playing like 30 seconds of something. What? No, you're good, you're good. It's not at all your fault, it's mine. There, select folder, this, play. I did open VLC today, and I swear if that somehow like messed everything up. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. 2 minutes. Okay. Looks like everything's somewhat better now. Double check again. Okay, there. Cool. Don't know what that was. Could turn it up if you guys want, but meh. Background music, right? Anyways, quick sip of water. Cool. So, yeah, now we have our head references. And what we want to do is we're going to pop it on the side of our screen here. Oh wait, oops, wrong one. I need to reorganize this. Oh, that was easy. Well, that was a lot easier than I expected to reorganize. Okay. Get our picture of our friend up here. So here she is. We're going to random reroll for a new one. Okay, that's awfully intimate. That's very close, but yeah, let's try to get a... Okay, this one I like because this one exposes a lot of the side plane of the head. You see this back here. Very cool background too. Looks like Sanji's... This looks like Sanji's, like one of his outfits. I feel like he would have cuffs like this. Anyways, me being an anime nerd, I apologize. Cool. So, yeah, now what we want to do is we want to capture the angle of this face, which is tilted a bit from the horizontal. We aren't necessarily doing that, but we'll, yeah. And then we see a lot, we see, let's see, we see the plane's gonna go like this because this is that angle of the jaw. Lo-fi is the best to listen to while drawing. It really keeps me focused. Yeah, it's not too intrusive. I also love piano. And yeah, either or. I don't like things with lyrics when I'm trying to focus. So yeah, here's the head. The flat part of the head. I kind of wish Tom Fox's book had comparisons to the human face. Just getting that turning of form. Because yeah, the eye sits like this line right here, and you can even kind of see it. Look at that, where that like shadow stops right here. You guys can barely see it actually. That's my bad. Cool. I'll pop this over in Pure Ref and we could talk about it there. Is starting to like recognize those landmarks is a very healthy habit that I want to encourage. Okay, so we're going to change our display to Pure Ref. That does not look right. There we go. I have to have Pure Ref shaped a certain way so you guys can see it, so this is unfortunately the best way I can do. The best I can do. But I will like this, and then once we zoom in, you guys probably get it. Okay, so yeah. Basically, what we have here, notice how we're kind of doing this, like the constructions from lesson 4. I'm going to draw our center line real quick. Like this. That's kind of creepy when you look at it. But anyways, what we're going to do here, I guess this is a very orange picture. Oh, noticeable. Is against the plane of the face. The chin is a bit interesting. This is the what I think is the jaw, the lower jaw right here. And so I'm actually not going to be, I'm gonna draw a bit flat right here. because the jaw protrudes out, so we're gonna just worry about this for now. I know for a fact that like the plane of the face kind of operates like this. Actually gonna aim a bit higher because the turning of the eye, right? Like, yeah, because now we have this part of the form, and then at the brow we actually stop the triangle, right? So erase these. Actually, we'll stop. Yeah, that's where the forehead starts its turn a bit. This is a guesstimation, guys. I kind of wish Tom Fox had this kind of breakdown of faces, and he does, but not like live photos. Yeah, we're turning. Actually, is this line gonna be like this? No. Because these lines are parallel, so to say that they converge down, then that means this one also has to converge down, but this obviously does that, which do this. Because yeah, we can see if we like kind of gross, guys, but if we you know, just kind of pop the noggin off, right, we would be able to see everything in here. Gross idea, but you know, we'd be able to see whatever plane was in here, albeit small. It only like range like this, right? And then like whatever's going on over here, right? So but yeah, so that's from Tom Fox's book on trying to visualize that stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go back here, because remember, this line here helps us estimate a lot of what's happening in the box. This like ear to back of headline, because now we have this. This goes back here, and then this is where the cranium happens, right? The occipital part of the brain. Just this right here, because it's eventually going to be going like this. I want to aim it up. Enough. And then triangle. Triangle. First part of forehead. Triangle. This. Back plane of head, which also is going to be parallel to, these are coplanar. So, I guess like, this seems, now looking at the face though, it seems like it's turned a bit too far away. It means this one needs just to be foreshortened a bit. And then I'm gonna erase what we have so far. We can do a box. Because if we go ear to brow, I swear, like, she just like moved her eye and I freaked out. I don't know why I have such a thing with this, but I do. Oh. Be more, yes. But this is like that turning point where the diamond happens. See, this feels 2-point. Or at least like it's gonna converge right there. like the back of the crane, right? Going here and then back. We're basically going to be done on this side. Oh wait, you can see her scalp up here. That complicates things. Yeah, you can see like... So I guess this isn't the brow line. I'm gonna look back at his book real quick, everybody. Cause yeah. How tall that is. Something like that. Here. You're right back. Yeah, that isn't the brow line. Lying to my... Okay. After some contemplation. This must look really uncanny to people who like pop in the stream real fast and they're like, what the heck? Okay. So. I hadn't really thought about it much until you said something, but he really doesn't have anything even on his Instagram where he draws anything like this, or at least he doesn't show it. I haven't even checked out his Instagram, I'm gonna be honest. We know where the skull is. We know our top plane is actually, because we can see the top of this. We have this line right here. We know to be here happens. The lower third. The upper third happens like right here. Weird. I've always associated the top third with the brow, but looking at his models, it's a bit above the brow. Basically just his book. Huh. So you're like saying like he just made these things for posting, like he hasn't really skipped around and reused some of his old drawings. Loomis, not totally. I'm using ideas from Loomis, like drawing out the entire skull and then landing the jaw as a landmark. Landing the jaw as a landmark. Finding the jaw as a landmark. Other than that, not totally. So yeah, we don't want to do this right here. We need to expand past it. Oh, that's so weird. Because yeah, got a bit caught up, but we want to go all the way up to this line. These. This needs to go here. And then we have that. Interesting. So these are the cranium. It's not the folds next to the eyes. Yeah, we're only seeing like that. Literally. This is that plane that gets thrown out. So. And then we're going to go over here. Our flat plane. I feel like that should be up a tiny bit more. Travel back. There we go. His Instagram is mostly just pages from his book, or I think there might be a few extra photos, but illustrating the same thing. Oh, cool. Yeah, because in the book he actually mentions that he's on TikTok. I think a lot of people found him on TikTok. So actually I'm starting to like this construction a bit more, this breakdown, because now we have this flat plane up here, a lot of room to do that. Look at that. Okay, I actually feel pretty good about that, guys. So are we going to copy this? No, in fact, I'm going to close this. But it's a general idea and good practice to find where, you know, the occipital bone is going to land. We discovered today that this is not the brow line. Because I've heard in the past, I think Ruben Lars sets the brow line to be the upper third of the head. I could be wrong, though. I could be misremembering. But yeah, so the upper third is now a bit above the brow line. Basically where the brow bone stopped browing. If I could put it into silly words. So let's do it, right? Close this out. Kind of go back to our OG one. There we go. I need to reset all of this though. So we're gonna go over here for a second. Pop it all nice. Cool. Go back here. Alrighty, take a quick sip of water, everybody. Except the fact that my music player is broken and we haven't drawn much today. And let's get into it. LaCroix. Oh wait, I'm trying to zoom in, but it's not letting me on the website. You should let me zoom in regardless. Fine, I'll just cheat, open a new tab, and you can't stop me. Cool. Okay, thank you very much, whoever this model is. So, yeah, so we're going to be tilted a bit to the right. Top plane of the head is visible, but only slightly. And then the left side of the face is getting foreshortened. So, we're going to do a box. Front plane is visible. Back plane gets foreshortened very fast, and we can barely see the top plane. In fact, we can see it a lot less. Bring it like right there. I'll tilt the face down just a bit. This is going to expose a bit more, or a bit less of the upper plane. Oh my gosh, these little ink smears everywhere. And then we want this to be taller because we've been having issues with that, so we're just going to kind of go all out. Basically this times 1 2. So yeah, we need to be even longer. But we could use foreshortening to do that, so I'm not too stressed. Even though her face is not really foreshortened in this direction. Yeah. So yeah, we don't want any foreshortening for that axis, but this one we can foreshorten a tiny bit, so we're gonna do a bit of this. Make sure these two lines are practically parallel, some PP lines. Going straight towards me, so this one should go almost straight towards me. Go. Trying to stray away from yep. What style I want to draw. I don't know. Definitely one of those feel it out kind of things. I've always appreciated styles that do a lot with a little. So I mean, Tom Fox is a great example of that. But the only thing I don't necessarily like too much about his is I don't like little dots everywhere. So on Comfy's style, you kind of see these like here, let's pull up a picture of Uncomfy's real quick. Oh, that's Google. I mean, let's not, because I don't want to like look up uncomfortable and then like something horrendous pops up, right? So uncomfortable draw box. I really love his style. But yeah, if I was like to describe something that I want to avoid in my own, actually I can't even find it. I don't know, just like little dots and like scribbles everywhere. Like, not that they're bad or anything, it's just I don't like it, right? I'm trying to think of like anyone that comes off the top of my head. I saw something today and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that style. Actually, yeah, here. Dungeon Meshi comes to mind, but I don't want something... I want realism. I want to lean closer to realism than anything. But here, I have some saved artists that I really like, so we're gonna pause our timer because we've been doing a lot of yapping today, and we're going to open up some peer ref. Again. I'll just put it on the side of the screen. So... here's one. This person is on Instagram at MUZINABU. Hataya. They go by Hataya, but they're at this. I'll put it in chat for everybody. Hataya at Muzin on Instagram. There it is. Go check it out, everybody, if you want. Here's an example. This does have those dots, but I really love their use of color and stuff. Very beautiful work. Look at that. Not totally what I'm going for. Because it's, once again, not super realism. Another person that I really love is called Panel Per Day. At Panel Per Day. I'll put that in there as well. At Panel Per Day on Instagram. Really love the colors mainly here. I love high fantasy, and if I was ever gonna like doodle high fantasy, this would be that, right? Trying to look through my other saved ones. And this once again does have those scribbles that I want to avoid. There's one furry artist that I really liked. Trying to see if I could find them. Don't think I can though. But yeah. Stuff like that. And of course, one art style I've always loved is the art style from Vagabond. That's definitely always inspired me. Not even Vagabond. Oh my gosh, get that out of here. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, Vagabond and Vinland. But yeah. Yeah, Vagabond is closer to what I'd want. I love mystical animals and stuff though. Like, One Piece is, not really One Piece's style at all. Even though I love One Piece's color. There was one YouTube video I was watching with a thumbnail and had this awesome, like, One Piece kind of art thing. Love the color there. But it's the unique animals and, like, how far they want to go with that. I love, but that's more design. I want it to be visually appealing. I don't want like grueling, sharp stuff. I want it to be very flowy, very, you know, beautiful. Leans towards the human eye a bit. How about yourselves? What kind of art styles would you guys like to lean towards? Or I should say, because like you can't copy, or you can copy other people's things, right? But that's like not fun. Like what would you aim towards? Who inspires you? And as you can tell by those things, I love pastels. I really love muted colors. Yeah. I'm trying to remember that other artist's name. If I was gonna draw like little goobers, like silly little characters, Nobunoko, can't remember which one it is, makes music on YouTube. Kind of like their art style. That is one for artists I know that I like the art style of. Like for silly little guys, because I want like a serious art style and stuff, and then yeah, torn between anime and cartoon. I'm hoping for a nice in between. Hoping you control it, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like the American cartoon styles. They've always felt just weird to me, especially after seeing anime. They seem just a bit uncanny. Now comic book styles I've loved, but once again, can be a bit uncanny compared to anime, right? And anime can be uncanny in its own right. Like the Dear Girl Nishotan or whatever it's called, that anime, like that's pushing the boundaries of like what I would like to, like anime, like the anime styles that I like. That's pushing the boundary, right? Like I'd more lean towards JoJo, Attack on Titan, Vagabond Vinland, very masculine anime now that I think about it. Dungeon Meshi I love a lot, because that high fantasy kind of simplistic, very fun art style, from like how silly the kobolds look to how awesome the dragons are, or you know, the more fierce looking characters. It's a very beautiful anime. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do our typical start here, very narrow, end up here, because we're going back, but we're only going back by so much. Same thing, going back, seeing a bit of that plane that we talked about, but not too much of it. Dividing by thirds, so we have our first third here, second third here. That's a pretty big forehead. Then again, she had a slightly larger forehead, so I'm trying to balance things out. I like that a bit. I was thinking about it the other day, and I think the one reason I was really overwhelmed yesterday as well was just how intimidating it is to learn without like a set guide or someone holding your hand, because Drawbox gives you that, and here I don't necessarily have that too much. And so I was really worried that, like, you know, there's that little voice in the back of my head, oh, you're doing this for nothing, or stuff like that, right? Which is real. I mean, that's a very, very big possibility that you could not be studying efficiently. But that is not at all a good reason to say throw in the towel. We'll always be studying and learning inefficiently. That's just a fact of how everything works. We're never gonna be super optimal learning machines. There's one quote I like where, like, people treat people like machines. They hit them, they get mad at them when they're not working. I think a machine culture, I'll tell you, get all crazy, right? Like conspiratorial, but you know, a culture surrounded by computers and machines, we start to learn that when something doesn't work the way we want it, we get angry at it because it should work. That's the assumption, right? That's why people get so angry when engineering or coding or doing these very mechanical tasks, is because it should work. It ought to work because I've put in the time and effort. And behold. All right, so we've continued. So we start here. This portion of the face, this portion of the face. These don't match up, don't they? So we're gonna move that over here. There we go. A bit more back. I want to give them both room to kind of expand outwards. So that means this is going to head up here to this one right here. This one's going to head up here to about here. Oh, this meets that though, doesn't it? No, because it gets chopped. So it's only going to go out a tiny bit. Same thing here, it's going to go out a tiny bit. Go out a tiny bit. I like adding like little ticks to the ones I'm actually going to use in the directions that I want to draw them. And this one goes out to the side as well. This one actually ends up over here, right? We're shortening these thirds because that's a very important part of the process. There's this one guy in my computer science class, data structures and algorithms, which is a very technical class. It's one of the first, like, very learning all the data structures, binary search trees, all that stuff. I loved it. It's probably one of my favorite classes so far. Not the best professor, but still a really good class. And he always got so mad whenever his code wasn't working, and I would like give suggestions. I'd be like, he'd be like, "Oh, the test cases are wrong. The TAs give us terrible test cases," and it would work for me. I've already done the assignment. I'm like, "Hey, man, let's, it probably isn't that." There's only one instance where it was, and he felt so vindicated, and I don't blame him. I was like, "Hey, man, let's take a step back and like, is it really the TAs that are wrong here, or is it just because we have like a several hundred line of codes of C++ and there's probably a seg fault somewhere?" And lo and behold, there probably was. That's very, tempting to blame everything else but user error, not even at a place of ego, but a place of, I don't know any better. Like, this is how it ought to be. The TAs are wrong because this ought to be right. Be so sure that you're right about something. He's a very smart guy, though. I think he got an A in the class, I hope. This, and then we have it goes in, travels over here, same. Oh, I'm kind of getting lost in the dots. That we can start drawing some of them. Your classmate sounds like Copilot. Haven't checked it in a while, but use it I mean, he did. There was some stuff in there, like, he dereferenced things super weird. In like ways we weren't taught yet, or was using like logical operators. I'm pretty sure at one point I saw him do the logical swap, like the classic, what is it, like XOR, yeah, the XOR swap. And he was like, no, it's more optimal. No, it uses the exact same amount of like everything, right? Both speed wise, operation wise, it is the exact same thing. If you think your compiler isn't doing, like, G++ is powerful, it's going to optimize the heck out of that. It doesn't matter. But also, yeah, like, there's definitely a lot of people in that class who, I mean, I even I did it for whenever I was like needed a value, I'd be like, and it was like a custom like, let's say we had a binary search tree that we were making, and so I would just be like, hey C, or hey chat, write a quick function to print out all that. There's no way I'm going to ever, sorry, this is probably a crazy statement, I never want to do pretty printing again in my life when AI can do it for me, right? Like, I never want to have to pretty print an array or anything when I can just be like, chat, pretty print this array, please. Like, I don't want to at all think about it, because it's debugging. Who cares? I'm going to delete it in like 5 minutes once I realize I just forgot to dereference something, right? But yeah. there were very much signs of GPT code in there, especially when there's like GPT has a very specific way of commenting, mainly because it's explaining to you rather than explaining to future programmers what it's doing. You can definitely notice there's a difference in that kind of code or those comments. Smart guy though. Okay, so let's see. We have pivot 1. That's weird because this is getting foreshortened, so this one's only going to be like right here, right here. We're going to project that to become the diamond. Then project that inwards to go like this. My dad really wants me to get into using Copilot. And while I understand like AI literacy is now a thing that we need to have, like when I was learning C++, I'm not going to touch AI because that's just dangerous for me learning. Ironically, I used Gemini a lot to study last semester because like learning, once again, I'm just going to mention referencing, like double references, or like a pointer to a reference or a double, you know, like stuff like that. Oh my god, that was so hard to. And so like having something I could just like ask like, hey, what does 2 star signs mean in front of this variable? And then like making little test cases with AI. Oh my gosh, that was so great, so optimal. I loved it. Until it got it wrong. But then I had a professor for computer architecture who completely changed like how I appreciated it. Because he was like, so you're allowed to use ChatGPT in this class. However, I really doubt that it's going to be able to solve the problems I'm going to give you. And lo and behold, it did. And I just had to do it the hard way, or the normal way, I should say. And I really learned to appreciate C and C++ and assembly from that, for that matter. You know, our exam was like, here's some assembly code. What did it optimize from? Like, what was the original code? Which actually, his final was probably the easiest we had because of, yeah, I mean, he just gave us the answers. But still same thing, right? We're going to see a wave of those people who just crutch on GPT. Spun off my a lot of my JS work from my homepage to Gemini, and then went back and fixed anything that needed it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, chat has gotten a lot better at designing things. Probably because I think they retrained things like make this button in JavaScript. It now probably has just like an idea. Like they probably literally hard trained it just to be good with like, okay, a button probably does not need to be white on white text. Like it's gotten a lot better at that in GPT-4. Or Chat 4, I should say. Don't get me wrong, it's still pretty stupid. For my video where I'm using OpenCV to train, not even train, but just to store a bunch of poses, I was thinking about making the video explaining that tiled using AI to teach art, but that probably would not have gone well, and I'm not for clickbait, but like that is an idea of like what I could have named it. Oh, that should have definitely been like tilted more. AI teaching art now, that's laugh. Yeah, I completely rewrote the clock in vanilla.js. It used React. I'm taking 3 times lines of code and somehow decided to put the seconds where the minute should have been. Yeah, that's the thing. React is... Okay, yeah. Chat GPT sucks at optimal React. It's like seeing the difference between someone who's good at Python and like crazy good at Python. Like, half of the stuff that chat gave me for... I have like... I have a menu in the app, right? For like messing with the shapes and colors of the shapes in the intersector tool, right? And I just made it so these, like, there's three different types of menus. It's like spawn objects, properties, and stuff, whatever. Properties, and then scene options. And like ChatGPT made like a separate element for each of those, or a separate React component for each of those. And instead I just did like list, whatever it's called, ing, which made it so much easier. Like literally did it in 3 lines. And then from each component, I just designed my own stuff. Meanwhile, chat was like freaking out over, yeah, I could complain about it all day, but chat is not good for React, or I should say optimal, clean coded React. One, because it doesn't know the entire project we're working on, right? Like if it knew all that we were working on, it could probably go do some crazy stuff. I will not lie. But it doesn't, especially for my little side project, suboptimal BS that I'm working on, right? Like, no. Yeah, and this does not seem right. Oh, no, because that goes right there. Cool. I say we do one more head, even though the timer is about to go up. I ate McDonald's today, and then I had a chicken place food, and I feel very gluttonous. At college, ironically, it's easier for me to eat healthier because if I have to plan meals with my family, when I'm at college, I just eat this. Call me crazy, I eat the exact same thing every day. Chicken, rice, broccoli, or chicken, rice, potatoes. Honestly, hearing they want AI assistants on all computers just makes me think more. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unprotected. I mean, what? Whenever Copilot Recall, or whatever it's called, yeah, Copilot Recall was like being introduced, apparently they stored all of your actions in plain text. Even I know, I am a 3rd year computer science, going into 3rd year computer science major, right? I even know not to do that. I've not taken a single cybersecurity class. I mean, I've taken computer architecture, so I know basics of like defending against buffer overflow attacks, you know, from protecting your stack from either canaries or whatever. Yeah, switch to Linux. That's the thing. If half of my software that I use on a daily basis was on, like Premiere, stuff like that, right? Or if it was easier and more optimal to run most of my games on Linux, I would switch over to Linux permanently. But half of my school requires a Windows environment or stuff like this. And it's the same problem with Apple, is it's inconvenient to switch, not because of the tech, but because of the ecosystem. I mean, the server right behind me is running Ubuntu, and like I said, I've loved it, and I'm going to go Ubuntu one day on a device, and like seeing like this, my computer's probably idling is using like 15 to 20% of my RAM. That thing over there was using 0.2% of my RAM while booting up, or not booting up, what was it? It was running Docker specifically, so I could, yeah, I was running a Docker like something, so I could connect to it from this, so like 2%, 0.2%. That thing has less RAM than this one. It's from like 2012. Jesus, it is DDR4 in it. Come on. But yeah. Sorry. Another rant. Anyways, let's get a new face going. I think we did okay here. Actually, yeah, I think we did a pretty excellent job. Now, yeah, the turning of the head right here, we definitely should have pushed it back more, but we're okay. Actually, I'm gonna do a quick BRB, everybody. We're gonna pause and reset the timer because we're just going until we finish the next head. And yeah, so we'll be right back. Take a quick sip of water, get some water, everybody, while we're gone. And we're back. Also, not gonna say switching to Linux is hard, but it could be made easier. like selling actually, that's the thing. Linux doesn't have the ecosystem to sell pre-Linuxed things. I was dual booting Windows and Ubuntu so I could check on World of Warcraft occasionally. I've fully broken the habit, so I don't need it anymore. And even if I did stream, it has been made playable on Linux. Yeah, I mean, most things are being ported over to Linux. And given the push that Microsoft has made recently, not only to make it harder to have a Windows 10 account, I mean, they ended support for it, right? But now, like, for Windows, you have to, like, do so much special stuff to not just to run locally, to not have a Microsoft account. I'm running without a Microsoft account, you know, like, everything's pretty basic, bare bones, and I love it for that. But the fact that I had to, like, take 10, 20 extra steps just to do that's stupid. Okay. Now I'm not landing a job at Microsoft because of all my hating. Anyways, let's find a new one. Ooh, I like this one. I would like to see more of like the jaw. And something probably not facing towards us. I kind of like this one. Let's see. This is, yeah, because you can see the underneath, but that's just because of the turning of the jaw, which is a bit interesting. So yeah, we have our jaw here, and then the lines connecting it to the hyoid. So, same as most games playing on, yeah. And then plus, I mean, it's not hard to port over to Linux at all either, right? Or to build for Linux. Meanwhile, Apple, Jesus, Mac OS sucks for gaming. Look at all these beautiful people. I like a lot of these photos because they aren't just models. They oh, well, I mean, that's a model, right? I actually kind of like this one as well. But we're gonna go back to this one. Oh. Opening new tab so we can zoom in. Oh. Actually, let's get a male figure. This one's awfully dramatic, but it's a profile view, so. I actually kind of like this one. Let's try to get one from the back of the head. Or like underneath so we can see. That guy had some jawline though, geez. You maxing, whatever that's. There's not really anyone from the back is there, so. I appreciate this website, but yeah, it's not doing the greatest of jobs. Alrighty. Yes, after Drawbox, I want to head over to New Masters Academy and do the basic course there. I'm gonna research it more. This is like a novice, you know, naive. I was about to say naive interpretation. Jesus, get off Stack Overflow. It's like a naive idea, but personally, I want to go do the basics all over again at New Masters, and then either take New Masters or Proco's anatomy. I'm more geared towards New Masters, given how much they do critique, but Hack the Box. Wait, what? Hack the Box. I like the sound of this. Is this a thing or just like your idea? Wait, Hack the Box. Whoa, what? Whoa. Human first platform for creating and maintaining high-performing site. I'm not sure if you meant this or no, but this looks cool. Learn cybersecurity. Whoa. Linux fundamentals, using web proxies, file inclusion, vulnerability assessments. Oh, you guys can see this. Well, oh no, you can't. Okay, I didn't switch my view over. I was gonna say broken authentication, file upload attacks, JavaScript obfuscation. Interesting. Cool. Then again, this is my major, so I could just take a cybersecurity class if I wanted. But very cool. Yeah, guys, so if you're looking into learning some cybersecurity, there's something called Hack the Box. Looks very interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna look up some head Pinterests, and just we're gonna go to like head reference. But it upsets me because whenever I look up head reference, it sometimes gives me other people. Oh, it does, really? I haven't heard of it before. I've heard of I can't remember the name of it, so I'm not gonna even try. Yeah, interesting. This is annoying me too, so I'm gonna set this to 0. Yeah. I haven't heard of that one either. I can't remember. Wait a second. This isn't what I think it is. No way. Animate portrait stamps for Procreate. Cute female facial expressions on Etsy, but it looks AI generated. I could be wrong. I can't zoom in, so I can't see like the line work. I'm already seeing some concerning stuff. There's a guy new on Discord who on yeah, probably is. Yeah, true. Anyways, what am I looking for? Ooh, look at this art style. Whoa. I'm not gonna show this on stream because I don't know who the artist is. I want to give him credit. Whoa. See, like stuff like this, I also really love. Here, we'll put it on our pure. Actually, I'll just toss it over here. Like this, I absolutely love. Like the color and stuff, amazing. Oh, it's AI? No, it isn't. That'd be insane. But I really highly doubt that's it. Actually, yeah, look at that. I mean, actually, no, that looks coherent. Here, wait. Now I'm onto a bit of a. Interesting. I can't find a source. That's not looking good. Anyways, head reference. He's distracted. I love the colors there. Okay. Back of head. Back of head. Pinterest does have some pretty trashy search issues. There's Proco. I kind of like this one, so we're gonna use this one. This is off Etsy. It's called Browse Free HD Images of Back of a Person's Head as they lower it in reflection. Interesting, very specific, but that gives us what we need. So, yeah, here we go. Very dramatic. It's a bit hard to see up in the corner there, but yeah. Anyways, I'm really liking this because we can see, you know, the plane, the occipital bone plane right here. That slanted plane. And then it curves up here, so we're having this curve that's slightly backwards, right? Because actually, was it ever? Yeah, actually no, because interesting. Anyways, we have the side plane here. We can see where this starts, right? Goes back and then in, and then we're gonna see a lot of the back of the jaw facing this way down here. You can't see my mouse. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So this, the back of the jaw. We can see the brow line happen here. This is where the face starts tilting. Interesting. So let's get to it. One more sip of water. Guys, I think I'm addicted to drinking water. Stop me. Cool. Alrighty. So we have to think about boxes like this inverse. So we're going to see the bottom plane of everything, right? And how much of that are we going to see? Let's see, the back of the box would be here. We're traveling down, so quite a bit. The biggest plane is this one, of course. So... And we are getting a tiny bit foreshortened away. Just a tiny bit. Foreshortened away, that's my new movie. So stupid. This one goes straight down. And then we're seeing it launch forward. And then this one, while it is tall... Yeah, here we go. Cool. Alrighty. This head does seem a bit thicker. I definitely see this shape happening here where we go out and then in. You can actually see a skull right there. We're going out a bit and then in. So I want to capture that. And also we have the neck doing some really cool stuff right here, but we can't let that distract us. So yeah. I made this plane a bit too... there. Let's see, this one probably needs to be a bit deeper, so we'll foreshorten that a tiny bit. This one can stay the same practically. This is the one unit, like I call this the one unit. The one unit can, I usually don't need to foreshorten because like it's the easiest thing to draw if it's just one unit. Yeah, that's just brought straight down. This one goes in just a tiny bit. Good line. Thanks, Kav. I've talked about him before on stream. Oh wait, no, those are parallel. Okay, cool. That's almost not parallel. Those are like crazy parallel. Those aren't PP lines. Those are just P lines. This one needs to be foreshortened a tiny bit because this is 2 units. Oh wait, no, that was here, and these are barely foreshortened. Dang it. Well, now we got to be consistent. Their construction. So yeah, that means that has to aim straight down, practically. Maybe a bit more. So yeah, actually that wasn't a bad. Cool. And then this here, this is 3 units tall. We always manage to make it not tall enough, so. And a bit more. Kind of crazy that I decided to pick up art in the time of AI. Then again, I'm a computer science in the time of AI. Thankfully though, I don't do art for external purposes too much. Other than to encourage people to do something that they love for an hour a day. But if I have to become a merry old guy locked away in his cabin in the woods drawing art, so be it. However, I'd like a tiny bit more of a utilitarian life. So teaching other people how to live in a cabin, that'd be fun. Quite the narrow box. Yeah, actually, pretty crazy narrow box, but we'll deal. So, what are we looking at here? I'm gonna start from the front of the face, actually. First, we want to divide this up into our half and then thirds. There we go. Our thirds, 1/3, a 2/3. They're gonna get smaller as we go along, so third, third. Extend those outwards. These are very much parallel lines. those look almost square. Perspective. Come on. Come on. Please. Okay, whatever. Oh, whoa. I had a teacher that I thought was really smart convince me that COS wasn't worthwhile because all the jobs would be outsourced to India by the time I graduated. That's nearly 20 years ago. I see AI the same way. People think it'll kill all the jobs, but yeah, I don't think it'll kill all the jobs. It's just like, I mean, it's the Gutenberg of our time, right? It is completely revolutionizing how we do our jobs. They thought email would kill the mailing service. And while it did definitely change how we send information via mail, packages now, that's the new mail service, right? So ironically, Amazon brought it back. And yeah, AI just changes the method. It kind of sucks that we unleashed Pandora's box so early, right? I really wish we established some regulation and some terms beforehand. About how we treat it, how unions should treat it. And while we approach that slowly, it is a slow process. It's just unfortunate that we didn't think about what would happen. I remember discovering it in my friend's dorm and like literally just made it do one of my Python assignments at the time. Did it do it terribly? Yes, but it did it. And that's what was so impressive to me. Like making it. Yeah, I remember one of the things I was so amazed by doing an analysis of the Scarlet Letter in Brave New World. Because I was like, what books does it know? And of course it knew them. Being so mystified at the time by what it could do. And still now. Okay. So yeah, now we want this front plane bend. Parallel. Yep. And now, technically we wouldn't want to draw this if we're going to draw the hyoid, but I don't care. Or the mandible. Yeah. I'm going to draw it regardless. So yeah, this is going to taper out towards this, actually. It's going to go straight towards that. Very nice. Yeah, what we have down here is gets a bit complicated because we want to reach that halfway mark. So it's about right there. So halfway mark we're saying about right. I've never seen AIs, oh, they're going to take all of our jobs, but I definitely get the fear. I think people who think like that are very pessimistic. They're, they assume the worst, that humanity is going to collectively make the worst decision. What's that called? Oh, I was about to Google the word. Here. We'll transfer over while I Google it. Word for assuming humanity will make the poor decision. You hear it a lot in not cognitive bias. Philosophy. Can't remember the word for it. Whatever. Ready. So we have this, that line. Go meet about right here. And somewhere between here and here. This drops in. Good. And then he goes back. And from there we have wait, no, we're going like that. So we have this to fully drop that a bit. Go, I like that. That's just a guesstimate right there. Bit jank, but it works. There, good. This. There. I'm landing on that sort of this because it's not a straight line. Then we have our triangle that goes in a bit as well. Okay, let's do it. Let me push this one out just a tiny bit too. Push that one out a bit because we are seeing like a yeah, it should have been more back, I think. Yeah, all those should have been pushed back a bit. I think it would help if we started drawing our lines as we go. Only very slender head. As a failure in my construction of the boxes part. And yeah, these would then go down. Following this a bit, so we're going to see this. And these are going to travel in and make this kind of polygon that's happening here. Uh-oh, jeez. A bit mucky. Yeah, yikes. Very long head. But I think we can call it there. Cool. So, somewhat successful day. I think we're getting a lot faster, which is a good thing. And these two, I think, were pretty great. A bit too much of the side plane is visible here. I think that's also just because my line work was poor. A bit too tall here. Looks like one of those Moai statues or something. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. So yeah, one of these days, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, I'm not sure yet. We'll take a day off, so we won't be streaming someday in the future. I'll have to decide. But for now, I plan on drawing tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to continue the head construction, or we're going to decide lesson 5. I'm very indecisive right now, if you couldn't tell. But yeah. Okay, so that being said, everybody, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Anatole. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I always say, is it Stazzy, right? Like I'm not trolling. Or Dazzling, sorry. Oh my gosh, I apologize. Me and names. But yeah, really good stream today. Very happy with how this turned out, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. I forgot to set my thing on the BRB screen. Okay, or end screen. Okay. See you guys.